Welcome back to Minecraft Quests with SRJ26. If I told you last time that we were going to move off of the old world saves, well, I lied. We're going to have one more episode where we do a little bit of stuff on these world saves. See, I'm going to tell you about the LAN party, the second LAN party we ever held. That tower is part of this little story. We had a second LAN party, and in that LAN party we did a number of things, but one of the things we did was we decided we were going to have a trial for the Nether Giant. Do you remember who the Nether Giant is? Well, let me go for a little walk and I will remind you exactly who that is. Just bear with me a minute. Okay, we are going back to Minecraft. I'm going to remind you of who our friend the Nether Giant is. You should probably watch these episodes in order. Not that, you know, it's a continuing storyline, but I do a lot of references to stuff that we've talked about before. So that's my advice, is try to watch them in order if you can. So we're going, this is Minecraft, and I covered that in a previous episode. And in Minecraft we have a captive giant. And I'm actually going to go around this side of Minecraft and explain a little bit about what happened. Alright, so the kids decided that they wanted to have a trial for the Nether Giant. The Nether Giant... Oh, and look at that. Oh, look at that. Okay. So the kids wanted to have a trial for the Nether Giant, and they actually made a courthouse, and they assembled and they basically sat down, and one of the kids was a judge and another one was the prosecutor, and they adjudicated the Nether Giant's case. And it was somewhat successful. So this giant went to the Nether. He came back like this, and for some reason he was imprisoned, but apparently there was never a trial. So the kids acquitted him. They decided that he was going to be punished with time served, and that he would have to serve the community. And apparently the crime was trespassing in the Nether Tower, which was another episode that we talked about before. So after the trial, it was decided that he was going to be set free. And I waited for, I think, at least a week, and no one came in and dug him out. He was still just stuck here, even though they had had a big trial and had decided to let him free. So I came, and being a good questmaster, I removed this front wall and removed the bars so that he could be free. Of course, he's a statue, so he's not just going to get up and walk off. That's my dream mod, for him to be able to do that. So the wall was removed and his head was turned, so now he's looking out. And at that point, we just... Basically, no one ever came back and no one visited him, and I decided that he should probably get up and go do something. So, from here, I am going to go off of this world save and take us to the live server. And I will show you what he did and why I was so vague and hinting about second purposes for building the piston tower. So, if you bear with me, I'm going to go back to where I'm going to travel through space and through time and come back to the live server and just... Okay, we are back on the live server. I am in front of the Spleef Arena, and I'm going to show you what the Nether Giant is up to. I had hinted, rather obviously, that there was something more going on with the Nether Giant, with the piston tower than I was originally letting on. And if you take a close look through the raindrops falling, you can see that the Nether Giant is a curious soul. It's no wonder he got into trouble going into the trespassing in the Nether Tower. Well, he's up to no good again. He's not really causing any major damage. He just took a tower and well, he tipped it over. Let's take a look over here, see if we can get a better view. Make sure no monsters, and there we go. So, the Nether Giant took the tower, he tipped it over so that he could see better what on earth is inside of it. And there's our sign. It says Piston Tower, come in and use our supplies to experiment. I don't think that meant you, Mr. Nether Giant. So, I guess I will go up and... one of the things about this particular build was that I built the Piston Tower so that the Nether Giant could actually tip it over. It was completely intentional. I'm going to go up so you can get a better look. One of the things that I had wanted to do was, well, look, see? Except for the raindrops, it looks like it could almost be an actual tower that you were standing in. And in fact, if we... there we go. See, it almost looks like, well, you know, the dimensions are such that it was meant, it looks like you're like a mouse on the floor, but the dimensions were such that it was meant to be done so that it would look right from the perspective of, well, let me try to explain it again. There we go. So it's kind of weird. I mean, when you stand here and you look at it, you know, you're not used to seeing the world turn like that. I built this tower so that if I tipped it over, the stairs would work the same way. So it could actually look fairly, well, right, but yet terribly wrong. And let me just take another look there. So there's our stairs. You can see down the stairs, but we can't get down the stairs, even though it looks like you should be able to. I'm going to stop making myself nauseous. And we will go in here and just take a look at what it's like to be inside. Because why not? So again, it's like we're inside of the building, but it's not. It's wrong. And so that's why I built this tower like this, so that it could be tipped over, and it could have this wonderful, weird experience of looking at it and having it be all sort of optical illusion-y. I'm not sure how much the players appreciated what I was trying to do, or just thought it was some weird thing that happened, but I'm pretty happy with it. And a lot of the time, you know, you got to build things with that in mind. I think I want to block right there. Okay. And now let me go up and take a look at the actual Nether Giant. And let's just... and so, as long as I don't fall, he is sitting there looking at a crafting table. I wonder if he's missing the days when he used to craft things when he was a normal-sized person, or maybe he's wondering what it tastes like. I don't know what he's thinking. But he is, as I said, a curious soul. So this is the Nether Giant, and I don't know what other trouble he's going to get up to, but you should see what the kids did to him when they first discovered him. Let's just say they dug a hole right now. I think he's a girl now. Let's just put it that way. But I think they had fun with it. I think it was something out of the ordinary, and that's what we try to do. I try to do on the servers. I try to create things that the kids will never expect. Things that are unique, interesting, and that will spark their imagination and make them wonder what else is out there. The magic of the world, to me, is being able to create a world that has that feeling, where you never know what's going to be around the next corner. Now I'm actually going to go in here and just... I wonder how close I am to my time limit. I just wanted to show that it got tipped over pretty well, and he took the thingy, the crafting table, right off of the sticky piston. He's a strong giant after all. The downstairs is still in good shape. I think we can even get down there if we try. Yep. So we still have a downstairs. We can't really go back upstairs because his leg is right there. But, yeah, so this is what I wanted to show you. Whoa, I can't get up. How am I going to get out of here? I'm going to have to dig a hole. Diggy, diggy hole, as they say. And I'm out. And now I am going to go out a little further and try to get you guys a good view of what we're doing here. And we'll go out through here, I think, so that I can refix what I just broke. Because this is the live server after all, and even though the kids kind of destroy everything they run across. I try not to. So, thank you for watching this episode of SRJ26's Minecraft Quests. Let me get over here and get you, oh, a good view without drowning. Let's get, there we go, alright. So let's get up here and... Alright, so, anyways, that is the tip tower now, is what I call it, the tip tower. And that was why I built the piston tower. As a side note, it wasn't really being used heavily. If it had been being used heavily, I would have held off on tipping it over. But I figured, you know, it's not being used, and I kind of built it specifically for this purpose, so that the Nether Giant could come and tip it over and sort of add another weird thing to the world of this server. So, thank you for watching, and I've got a Pat's Dolphins game to keep on watching. I'm a New Englander after all, so we've had some pretty good luck in the last 10 years. I don't want to miss it. Thank you for watching, and until next episode, happy questing, and if I'm lucky, I'll burn the next one after the game's over. Hopefully after the Pats won. Thanks a lot, and have a good night. Bye-bye.